So I'm here to talk about remote. So remote is an object that was founded by a person named Harris De Morgan. He founded remote basically just to control his TV. Remote was initially made just because it was a type of a protocol. Yeah. It was a type of a protocol or an algorithm to control your TV. So basically, the thing was the old analog TVs used to be so much user focused that the user had to go to the TV itself to control it. So Harris D. Morgan, what did he do was like he founded an algorithm. It was a engineer. He was a mechanical engineer, I guess. He was a mechanical engineer. He founded an algorithm to control his TV while sitting on his sofa, while lying on his sofa. He founded an algorithm so that he could control his TV with a with a prototype. That was the first prototype of the remote. Remote. And from then on, this idea of making remote and controlling your electronic devices handheld and not making yourself reach out to the equipment to control it was promulgated. And yes, that's basically about remote, how it was invented just for the convenience. It was invented by Harris Morgan, and later scientists, I mean, not scientists, I guess, engineers worked more on this, on the prototype of the remote, and they basically founded uh, uh, version that was like more reliable and more really resilient than the previous one because in that it had the durability and the convenience that people wanted because in the past days people used to be uh, not so careful about handling this remote carefully, and it would lead to the breaking of remote easily. It would turn into scratches and all those buttons were coming out from the remote. So basically what did he do was like he not he sorry what did the scientist, I mean the scientist, what did he do, or the engineer I must say, what did he do was like he tried to build a remote that was convenient enough for the audience, for the general audience, to make it convenient and make it reliable and easy to use. So he did that, and basically those type of models were more less vulnerable to breaking. And yeah, the audience, the customers, we as a customer sorry, we as a customers, we liked it in the past. So basically that prototype was converted into a model that lasted for decades, and again people reinvented it and they tried to make it better in a sense, so that the convenience would be improved, durability would be improved, reliability would be improved. What else? All the other humanly factors would be improved, in fact. So, and here we are today with this remote in my hand. This is LG remote. We've got LG 5700 PTA model TV, which is controlled by this remote. And the good feature about this remote is it basically, when I move it around this way, it brings up a cursor, a pointer actually on the TV, which allows me to control any portion of my TV. So, well, talking about the non-traditional TVs, this remote would make literally no sense compared to the old versions of it. But as we've moved from analog TVs to smart TVs now, so the thing is we'll be surfing the web, we'll be using the multimedia apps and basically video streaming services such as YouTube and Prime, Amazon, or Netflix even. So what happens while surfing through the internet using such remote is the point or the cursor has to be placed in such a way so that we don't have to press this up and down buttons countlessly, because the thing that cursor helps us to do is it directly helps us point toward the place where we have to, like, literally keep the cursor, or where we have to type. Suppose you're going for a registration of, suppose you're opening a new Gmail account, suppose. So what do you have to do within this process is you have to open Gmail, you have to type in your name, your first name, last name, your date of birth, and all these forms you have to fill. So what happens with the traditional remote is you cannot use the cursor, you have to go it manually, or even the scrolling option is not provided. So here what do we have? We just shake this remote and the cursor appears in the TV. So we pointed out to the place where we have to fill in the form. We fill in the form with the letters, that is, mm, the on-screen keyboard. And yeah, again, we're talking about on-screen keyboard. So again, this comes very handy, because if you have to move, on a keyboard from Q to, suppose, Z, what do you have to do? Would you have to use all these buttons, or every time, every now and then? But in case of this remote, the cursor does the work. If you have to type your name from Q, or end up in Z, just move it and place it in that position. It literally does it. So that's how remote have evolved till date. And this is a latest model, I guess. It has been 6 7 months we've bought it. And yeah, this is belongs to an LG company. I've no idea about other remotes, the functionalities of these remotes. And the another feature of this remote is its voice controlling assistant. So when I press this button, it literally allows me to speak anything in it, and it searches me the thing in the TV. So that's a good thing about it. And yeah, with technology enhancing every day, we literally believe the remotes of such types come very handy, and will be very handy and very durable, very convenient for the user in the future. That's it. Yeah, remotes, they'll be literally able to control TV, remotes, whatnot. So yeah, the remotes was generated from a prototype by Harry Morgan, and now it has come to this point. And maybe the future version of this remote is will be a little bit more smaller than this, because we've got literally various unnecessary buttons, all these numpads and all this. And we've seen this numpads being removed in the modern day remotes. Yeah, modern day remotes are on the verge of removing all these num keypads and all these buttons that are not worthy of using, I must say. So there's going to be removed. These are being removed in uh, in the TVs nowadays, in the TV's remote nowadays. So yeah, that's it about remote. And I expect the future version of these remotes will be literally very small. Okay, that's all about remote. So yeah, I want to say this much.